Okay, Grampy's in the attic again. Okay, call 911. Okay, this cage around the luminary right there. Again, my client, he's kind of curious about its appearance, but that's a good thing. It's supposed to be there. It's also supposed to be up there. We do not have the luminary is not protected in the attic. This is a radiant barrier OSB roof decking. That's a good thing. That's what we want. We're moving on up. Checking our ladder. Now right here is decking, okay? Decking. But right here is insulation. And there's nothing to keep your insulation from falling out of your attic. The insulation that you paid for, the insulation that's insulating your attic. There should be a barrier right here, a dam, if you will. So see how it's so thin right here? It's because people have been crawling in and out. The insulation should be thick. Over there it says, what does it say? I got to get a little higher. I'm a short guy. So it says it's almost 15 inches. Nice and even. It comes over here on the wall. On the other side of this wall is your laundry, I believe. Or is it your closet? So it might be the walk-in closet, but we don't have enough insulation right here. It's being compromised. Come up here, let there be, check it out. Alright, let's move on up. What was that strange? I had a strange vent on the roof. Remember when I was talking about the vent on the roof? There's a clothes dryer vent, and it's supported. I don't even know what that vent is for. Maybe it's just a passive exhaust vent. As long as those are passive exhaust vents, there's no harm in that. But there is a vent on the roof that's of an undetermined, unidentified nature. That is just really curious. That's a really curious configuration. We've got soffit baffles for our soffit vents. That's a good thing. And again, we've got depth markers. Got the closed dryer vent as I expected. Just don't know what the other vent was for. I might go out and take a peek. I could be wrong. Moving on along, we've got conventional framing. This right here is called palm bracing. A lot of home inspectors get excited about that. They go, palm bracing, palm bracing. There is no code that says that you cannot use palm bracing. Palm bracing is a framing method used by production builders so that they don't have to measure so much and they can get the house up faster, as long as it's transferring the load path. The reason why I'm going through so much trouble about this is I've had a home inspector come behind me going, palm bracing, and then I had to explain. So now I explain to everybody. And then I had another home inspector after the palm bracing home inspector. He comes back and says, uplift. This is for the load path, okay? Your uplift is handled by your collar beams. Your uplift is handled by your purlins. Your uplift is handled by your rafter fastening, okay? So that's your uplift. Palm bracing has nothing to do with the uplift, okay? It's the load path. This is fine. It's fine. The only reason why I'm bothering to say this, one, to stop those conversations. But if this conversation comes back later when my client's selling the house and somebody comes in and starts going off on palm bracing, you can just put it to rest right there and say, well, I'm sorry, your inspector is a little overzealous, but there's no code. Code doesn't even address palm bracing. But knot holes are acceptable, right? But boring is not acceptable. Look at the size of that knot hole. That's on the stress side. The bottom side of a framing structure, that's the stress side. And you got a knot hole that's easily 1/3 the dimension of the rafter. That compromises this rafter. That's compromised. So there should have been something sistered in, kind of like, see the board behind there, but it should be reinforced some kind of way. Okay, something's just not copacetic. Something's not copacetic. So why is that? So that should have been done better. That should have been corrected already. All right? These are things that should have happened. So moving on along. What have we got? Not a lot. What am I looking for here? You know what I'm not seeing over here? You know what I'm not seeing there? See that light? See that light? Okay, that light is there because there are soffit vents there. And what I'm not seeing, coming over here, see that soffit baffle? See that? Where are you? See that soffit baffle? Where? See that soffit baffle right there? I'm not seeing any soffit baffles along this wall. Alright, the soffit baffle keeps the insulation from falling down and covering the soffit vent. It also channels the air so that it comes up over the insulation instead of raking the air over the insulation. The air that comes in here rakes over the insulation. The insulation acts like a filter. It collects all the minerals. The minerals are conductive. The minerals compromise the insulation. Okay? You have a soffit baffle like this. It directs the air up over the attic, so it ventilates the attic and it gets out the exhaust vent. So that's why soffit baffles are important, and we do not have any on the east side of the house. Look at that. What do we... Okay, north. On the west side of the house. Excuse me, I get turned around. I went up the stairs. I got all turned around and confused and stuff. I did. Okay. This is the fresh air, and this is your entry. This is the fresh air induction vent. There it is, the box I was asking about. That was a fresh air induction vent right there. Question answered. How about that? Well, we got some more questions now. All right, more questions. So what did we learn? We need a dam. Need a little more insulation. Okay. We learned we need some soffit baffles. We learned that we need a little bit of rafter repair right there. A little bit of rafter repair, right? Right there. We need soffit baffles. Right there. And right there. All the way down the wall, actually.